Golden Kamuy season one, I completely reviewed it. I watched the whole season. I enjoyed it personally. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed it personally, and it's great to see like the second season come out just this year, and especially it's great to see Sugimoto again. Like he's he didn't do anything badass in this episode though. That's kind of disappointing. But it's great to see all the characters again. Sugimoto, Surumi, especially Ushiyama. Oh, Ushiyama is my dude. And it's great to see all these characters again. But there isn't like the badassery yet because this is more of a story development stage yet. It's the start of the story development. It's gonna go up slowly. Like it's just gonna go step by step. So the badassery is still yet remaining to come. But anyways, let's talk about this episode of Golden Kamuy. So basically more Ainu culture stuff about how like if anybody wants to watch the series before I continue on and onto my review. I want to talk like if you guys want to watch the series, remember this. There's gotta be a lot and lots of culture references to the Ainu culture, and there's just a lot of them. Like if you want to learn something about Ainu's culture and how their personal living and stuff was during the Edo period, it's a great anime for you because it shows you a lot of things, not only about Ainu culture, but how the setting of the Edo period was actually like and stuff. So if anybody wants to watch Golden Kamuy and just getting into it, just saying like you guys will enjoy it if you like stuff that's made in Edo period, and if you're thinking what Edo period is, I'm pretty sure the uh, it's between like I want to say 1904 to 19. It's like World War I or something like around that point. So yeah, World War I. Yeah, around that time. That's at the Edo period, if I'm correct. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, yeah. World War I stage. That's pretty much. I want to say pre-World War I, but I think so. It is World War I. I don't remember, but around that stage, just take from 1890 to around 1920, something like around that point of stage. Something around that point of stage would be Edo period. So it's taking stage in this Edo period and stuff. And if anybody is interested in that kind of series, you can not Edo. Wait, I'm talking about this is taking place in Meiji period. What am I saying? This is not Edo period. This is Meiji period. I'm really sorry. I messed that up. It's in taking place in Meiji period, which not a lot of anime takes place in. Edo period, we see that normally. A lot of anime takes place. A lot of historical anime take place in Edo period. Oh, sorry. This is taking place in Meiji period. So yeah. If you guys are interested in watching something that takes place in Meiji period, so that this is your anime. That's pretty much I can say, and it kind of gives me the One Piece vibe with the treasure hunting and stuff. So that, and plus it's made for mature audience, and I mean it's something that I naturally watch. Mature anime is something that I naturally enjoy watching. For example, one of the anime that I really enjoy watching is Berserk, and we all know how brutal Berserk can be. Well, at least enjoy reading the manga. The animes aren't that great. So, I mean, the old Berserk is great, but let's not talk about that. Let's talk about this episode of Golden Kamuy, episode 13, or season 2nd, episode 1. So, we learn more about Ainu culture in this episode and how the Ainu men and women work, basically. Basically, men's season is the winter season, which is quite interesting, and how it's portrayed like they go for hunts during winter season, and during the summer season, women go for collecting herbs and stuff, which is quite cool in my opinion because it's like what ants do, I would say. Now, if you guys don't know what ants basically do, ants basically they collect resources and then they gather these resources in one place so that they could consume those resources during that certain amount of time. That's basically what ants do, and that's what it's basically the Ainu are doing. Basically, they're like collecting, like during summers they collect because you don't know what in the winter if you get the hunts successful or not. So collected all the herbs, vegetables, and stuff during the summer season, and then depending on that, that's a pretty cool thing to do. Like that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's a thing. Now, also, I want to talk about a throwback to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Anybody watch that movie? It's a real life killers movie. Like meaning that this movie is portrayed from real life. If anybody hasn't watched, I don't know why you wouldn't watch Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's quite a famous movie. But anyways, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I like this throwback to it. How this guy is gathering human skin and everything. But rather than it be like a live human, like a lively person or anything, uh, I think so. This guy gathers like dead people's skin and makes stuff from that. So that's it. I may be completely wrong, but I think so. That's how it goes. Like he collects skin from the dead because he's called a grave robber after all. So if he's called a grave robber, he's most probably robbing human skin from the grave. So I could see that happening. And we also see how these people, like the Psycho, the movie Psycho, if anybody, Jesus, there are so many movie references. I don't know why though. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but I see a lot of references from movie in this episode, like the movie Psycho, how this man is like having this syndrome with his mom and stuff, like how he's just like talking to his mom. It kind of reminded me of Psycho, the movie, the 1950 movie. If anybody has watched that, it's a really old movie. Jesus. Anyways, kind of reminded me of that kind of thing, but that's but that's a weird combination to be honest. Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Psycho together. Ah, jeez. Weirdo. Anyways, that's not the big point of this episode. I mean, yes, this is a big searching point for this episode because Surumi's intelligence was shown again. Because remember, in season 1, Surumi is one of the most intelligent character throughout the whole season. And we have seen it over and over again in season 1, like how he tried to like he was pretty much serious and he let Sugimoto go just because he was like uh yeah, let them collect the skins so that we could have that. Like that's some intelligent stuff that could happen, you know. And again, if you guys are not familiar with Golden Kamuy, there is no villain in Golden Kamuy. Everybody has their own sides. There is no villain, so I'm not calling Tsurumi a villain. I'm not calling anybody else a villain. No, I'm not gonna call anyone a villain in Golden Kamuy. Everyone has their own sides to their needs. Everybody has their own need to kill. For example, Sugimoto's need has been explained in season 1, and I'm not going to talk about it all over again because it'll be a very long video. And then there's Surumi's need with his stuff, and also the getting the as a republic from I forgot the Uchiyama's leader's name, but from him. So we see how uh, all these people have their own needs. So that's the reason there's no main villain in this, or no main hero. I mean, there is a main character, but there's no main hero in this. Just saying, like that's basically it. Okay, not all aside now, like Surumi's stuff and everything. Let's talk about Iramat. I think so. That's how you pronounce her name. Iramat. Is that a weird name? I'm sorry. These names are weird. But through what I see, she's playing a double game here. And it's quite clear by the end of the episode that this could be a very huge game plan that she could have made. Because remember, at the end of season 1's last episode, um, this chick showed up out of nowhere and was talking about uh, Ashripa's past and everything. You see her talking about stuff, and you're like, the hell? Is she somehow related to Ashripa or what? Like that's basically what the first expression you get is from her. So that's a thing. Plus, now he she talks about I forgot his name. The guy who Sugimoto saved, Sugimoto and Ashripa saved. But we see how she talks about her, how she talks about his sister's death, because loss of someone, loss of a sister would most probably be death in this day and age, at least. That's what I'm guessing. But if not the death, or it could be something bad or anything. But you see how she talks about this character's sister, and he's like, "Whoa, how does she know about it?" So we see that, and there's definitely some nasty stuff going on here, because she also goes to Surumi out of all people at the end of the episode, and then she goes and speaks to Surumi and how this guy can lead them to Sugimoto, and he's like, what, huh, huh? So, excuse me. That's basically the expression you go with. But what surprises me even more is now the revelation of Russians involved in it who act like I knew. And yes, she said there's a traitor, and I believe her. There's a traitor within their three, and I don't believe it's not Shirayashi. No, he's not. Is that his name, Shirayashi? I'm pretty sure I messed up his name, but I'm pretty sure it's not Shirahashi. Shirahashi, how are his name pronounced? It's not Sugimoto because he's the main character, and it's not Ashripa. And there is only one more person who's on their squad, and I'm pretty sure we have a traitor on our hands. So it may be cliched, but the script is well written here. I will say that, because this could be like three groups. Let's see. One group belongs to Surumi. One belongs to the guy that Sugimoto and Ashripa saved, and one belongs to Sugimoto himself. So three groups. We we know there's a traitor in that main group, Sugimoto's group. But the thing about Surumi is gonna use someone to get Sugimoto, and we know there's a traitor in that group. So we know that we know that somehow Surumi is gonna become a traitor, and I can't wait for the action to happen. Like this shit is gonna go down. Like when this all revelation is gonna go down and shit. Shit's gonna hit hard, and it's gonna hit hard real. Like Golden Kamuy doesn't hold back and hitting shit hard, and that's what I really like about it. Like, dude, like this is all a setup, and it's just this setup is so well made that they could do so much with this. Like they could do infinite possibilities. Like they could have an infinite amount of possibilities going through this, various possibilities, because various groups all aiming at a single place, which is quite cool. Like quite cool. And there's an endless amount of possibilities with these events that are occurring, especially with the center of attention being this fortune teller lady, because she is like manipulating. I'm pretty sure she's manipulating this whole gameplay plan and shit. Like I don't know what she's doing, but she's definitely manipulating all the three groups in a way. At least the two of them. Sugimoto wouldn't get manipulated so easily. I don't think so, not at all. Sugimoto is a completely different personality, and we see this over and over again. He's not somebody who gets manipulated very easily. He's very intelligent. He's very sharp on his mind. Like he doesn't get easily manipulated, and we've seen this a lot of times. So that'll be a main focus to this. Same goes for Ashripa. Ashripa is somebody who will not get manipulated easily because of how her behavior is, like how she's been sharp, just like Sugimoto and shit she has done. The only person I see getting manipulated is Shirahashi, and that's basically it. Because Shirahashi is a dum dum, so yeah, dummy, big baka. So the only person I get is Shirahashi. So yeah, like all these three groups, it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be complete chaos, and that's. I know Surumi said that he's gonna bring chaos from these replicating these tattoos and stuff, but no, This is the real chaos happening here because we don't know what gonna. Manga readers will know what will happen, but anime only like me will be like, what's gonna happen because shit's gonna go down. We know it, but how we do not. So yeah, this was a fun episode. I will not lie. I'm hyped for the setup because this single episode got me so hyped because of the infinite amount of possibilities that there are. And we know somebody's gonna betray someone. We know that, but what kind of infinite possibilities? Jeez, like I've said infinite possibilities more than I could have imagined. Like, but yeah, I would like to see what comes out and what the writer because I like the unique writing of Golden Kamuy. Golden Kamuy is quite a unique writing. Like he's quite cool. It's quite cool with the writing and execution and stuff. Like sometimes you don't get such good like twisted writing and stuff, and Golden Kamuy does it very well. At least in my books, Golden Kamuy does a good job at writing its scripts. So yeah, pretty cool with that. Now, is there something remaining I wanted to talk about? Yes, Boner Chan. Oh, yeah. A throwback to him in this episode, we saw that. Uh, I really miss that guy. He was a cool dude. He, he was the most weirdest cool dudes in my book. Like this series has weird cool dudes, and like I'm not even joking. And he was one of them. And in my book, he's a weird cool dude because he got boner from hunting wolves. Like, Jesus Christ. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. This one is fun. I know this video is long, but I can just hold it back because it's a great series. Golden Kamuy in my eyes is a great series. At least I don't know about you guys. Again, I don't know about you guys, but in my book, Golden Kamuy is a great series, and I hope it doesn't strive away from its greatness and stuff. Like I just hope that it keeps the characters as they are and not be like, oh, what did you do to change? I want to be a hero now. I don't want that. I don't want that. And I want the story to be very much like it is going right now, with where I can't take any sides because each have their own agendas. So yeah. Let me know what you think about Golden Kamuy episode 13 or also second season, quote unquote, episode 1. Let me know what you think about it. Let me know what you think about so many throwbacks of, like I mentioned about the chainsaw, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and the Psycho throwback. What do you think about it? What do you think about the throwback on Boner Chan? And what do you think about the whole setup that's been going on here? So let me know what you think about this whole episode. I'll see you guys in the next video. As always, peace.